And finally, sometimes the hard work of people in our community goes unnoticed, mainly because it goes on behind the scene. That's evident when you visit any of the amazing parks we have in Tacoma. Today, Lane Fickey takes a look at how one aspect of our park system is cared for.
It doesn't matter what the weather conditions are like. People love walking around Snake Lake at the Tacoma Nature Center. And because of all that activity, maintenance on these trails is a top priority. With over 2.5 miles of trails, David Oktuk and the other maintenance workers have their hands full keeping the pathway safe for visitors at the Tacoma Nature Center at Snake Lake, especially during the rainy season when some of the trails aren't even accessible. Trail maintenance is a year-round endeavor, and it's more than just picking up the occasional litter that might pop up.
There is definitely the trimming back of the branches that are growing over the trail. There is adding gravel to the trail to make it more walkable and even, to make sure that it doesn't flood as much. Our maintenance staff has done an amazing job over the last couple of years of even raising the trail in a few spots because we're on a wetland, and so there's a lot of flooding. In fact, right now our students can't get all the way around our trail because it's been so rainy. So they've raised trails, they've added logs, they've added gravel. In a couple of spots they've widened it a little bit to make it a little bit safer for passage and to make sure we can get our vehicles all the way around the park as well to maintain it.
It's not uncommon to see school groups from throughout the area exploring the Nature Center. For some, it might be their first time coming to this forested area, and the Tacoma Nature Center staff wants to make sure that visitors have the best experience possible.
We constantly work throughout all the year, especially this time of the year. The rainy season tends to be the most work, laying a lot of gravel down. During the summer months, we actually install some of these logs on the side of the trail, and then we're helping build that up because there's a lot of low-lying areas, and that's where all the flooding starts happening. And so I just want people just to come here and enjoy, just to walk freely without getting their feet all wet.
While it's easy to see where the trails are around Snake Lake, some people occasionally wander off to do some exploring, and this activity requires some action from the Tacoma Nature Center crew.
We want to stop some of the social trails that are not planned, because as people are exploring the park, they say, oh, that looks really cool, and as soon as somebody sees one person go off the trail, they're like, oh, I should try it too. So the maintenance staff also is trying to stop the trails that are not part of our trail system. They do a lot of work. I would say it takes a significant amount of their time to keep our trails safe and maintained and user-friendly. And we also have some trails that are ADA accessible or a little bit more accessible for people using strollers and wheelchairs. So it's really important that we're keeping those well maintained and very user-friendly.
There's a lot to see when visiting the Tacoma Nature Center at Snake Lake, and that's thanks in part to the people who do a lot of looking down to make sure that the trails in this amazing area are safe and clear to walk on. For Tacoma Report, I'm Lane Fickey.
You can view a map of all the trails at the Tacoma Nature Center by visiting the Metro Parks Tacoma website.